Type fake IDs into any search engine and the results are endless. College students are some of the biggest consumers of fake IDs,
Yeah, we all had one.
and Hollywood is often seen glorifying them.
Hawaii. All right, that's good. It's hard to trace, I guess. Wait, you changed your name to McLovin?
But what to some may seem like a harmless piece of plastic is really a federal offense.
People think, oh, well, the worst thing that will happen is somebody will confiscate it or will just get mad at me and kick me out of their liquor store. But I really don't think most people understand the consequences of having one. And that's a shame because what are you getting out of it? You're just getting maybe one nice night of drinking or something as opposed to perhaps having a few nights in jail or more.
Carol Segay has been using a fake ID since her freshman year and explains how students get their hands on them.
A really good fake ID. You can get them made really anywhere. There's a bunch of places you can pay like $50 to $100 and get them made. Or if you're lucky, if you find someone that's older than you that looks like you, that's good too. Then they're real.
She also told us where to get them.
I've heard of ID Chief, but do you know of any others?
There's ID Chief. Then I know a lot of people that I know went and got them made in New York, like a shop. Not necessarily a website, but you would go into these places and you would go in the back and the guy would take your picture and you would tell them what state you wanted the ID to be from, and then you would come back in a few hours and you would have a fake ID.
Whether they are real or fake, alcohol stores and bars have their own ways of spotting fraudulent identification cards.
We just bend it sometimes or just kind of feel it for the 3D imprint. But normally it's pretty easy just to see if it's a fake ID.
ID Book has a list of all the 50 states and international IDs as well that you can cross-check an ID against the book to make sure that holograms are correct, colors are correct, things are put in the right place. You know, you can do your best to sort of investigate whether or not something is real.
Aside from the cliche uses of a fake ID, like buying liquor and getting into bars and clubs, Georgetown senior George Smith found a way to enhance his career by using his fake.
I had a fake ID freshman and sophomore year, and I used it primarily for networking purposes. Because I had a couple internships in the city, and I realized that a lot of meaningful social interactions happened after work, and I didn't want to miss those. So I had want to get into bars and restaurant cocktail hours after work.
George was able to land an internship at Alliance Bernstein the summer before his senior year and now will be working at Goldman Sachs, all because of the networking skills he gained while using the ID.
I made a lot of meaningful connections, a lot of, upper level people at the respective companies that I worked in, both government and non-governmental. Made and gained a lot of mentorship relationships through them as well.
Being at the establishments also allowed him to become a more memorable intern during his freshman and sophomore year.
Insofar as references go, I had to put down past people at both internship sites, right? And they need to give references to this, to where I was in New York. And if it weren't for a couple of conversations and interactions I've had with them after work at these restaurants and bars, I definitely would not have gotten as strong of a reference from either of them.
Although he found success in using a fake ID, George does realize that he was taking a big risk.
I mean, yeah, especially living in DC, it's a federal offense, and so it is kind of weird. It kind of makes you wary, right? Kind of worried. I don't want to get locked up for this, but at the same time, I was careful in that, I didn't really try to drink as much. I mean, if someone was drink and I had to do it to be social and to kind of assimilate into the atmosphere, yeah, I did it, but I really made sure that I wasn't out of control in drinking and drink, again, really very minimally. So it was never really an issue, right? Because again, when you're in a suit and tie and you're going with coworkers, they're going to assume that you're 21 anyway. It's just more of a formality.
Regardless if students feel pressure to participate in activities that are strictly for people 21 and over, using a fake one of these can get you in a lot of trouble. For News Vision, I'm Jovina Fortson.